Shalom YouTube, it's your boy Micaiah, aka the Hawkeye Hebrew, coming at you with another build video. And in today's build video, we're going over the Stamina Nightblade. This is the Dark Knight build that I just posted gameplay of. And at the end of this build video, we'll have more gameplay going 12-0. But with no further ado, let's go ahead and look at the character sheet. Checking our stats, we have 14,000 max magicka, we have 31,000 health, and 25,000 max stam. Our stam recovery is coming in at 2,400, and our weapon damage, our base weapon damage is 4,700, and then I have my 5 spectral bow procs up, so that's giving us an extra 300 weapon and spell damage, so that's bringing us at a 5,000 base. With rally, we're looking at 6k. When I pop a weapon damage glyph on the back bar, we're at 6,600 weapon damage. And then with everything going, rally up, glyph proc, Brawler, we have 6,800 weapon damage, and then our penetration is 7,896. And you have pretty much good you have good uptime on this because we have our ult back every 20 to 25 seconds, so our pen and our weapon damage is pretty consistent on this build. Our spell resistance is coming in at 22,000. And as far as attributes, we have 1 point in the magicka because I wanted to balance that out to a flat 14,000. And then we put the rest in the stam. On our food, we have the tripe trifle pocket, which is giving us the max health and the stam recovery. If you don't have this, swap to lava foot salt rice, and then just move all your attributes to health, and that'll balance out your stats and pretty much give you the same thing. We're running the serpent mundus for the stam recovery. The minor toughness is coming for one of our 5-piece sets. And as far as race, I'm a red guard, and we are using tri-stat potions. Let's go ahead and look at the sets. Our first 5-piece set is the Warrior Poet. And I really like this set on the Nightblade because it pairs with the Nightblade passives very well. This set is giving us a line of max health, 2 lines of armor, and a 5-piece of more health, with an additional 5-piece bonus of minor toughness, which is the Warden buff that increases your max health by 10%. The beautiful thing about this set is it pairs with a Nightblade shadow passive called Dark Vigor, which increases our max health by 3% for each shadow ability slotted. So as you can see, I have Fear and Surprise Attack on one bar, and Dark Cloak and Shade on the other bar. So that I wanted to keep 2 shadow abilities on each bar, so we get 6% on both bars. So with that and this set combined, we're getting 16% extra health. I really wouldn't trade this set for anything else. I think this is probably the key part of the build. And originally I went Nirnhoned on the sword because I didn't think I would have a lot of damage, but once I put everything together, the damage was not the problem at all. The damage is actually great. You can kill most people in 2 to 3 hits. The issue came when I started fighting tankier people via like your Magplars and Mag DKs. When you start fighting them, you definitely notice the lack of penetration. So with that being said, I probably would switch my sword to Sharpen, because you would still have over 5,500, probably still 6k weapon damage even with Sharpen. We're running the double dot poisons on the sword. On the back bar, we have the Warrior Poet bow, and we have that infused with a weapon damage glyph. As you can see, we're running Brawler as our monster set. This is really nasty because it gives us more damage, and then when we use our ult, we get more damage and penetration. Second 5-piece set is Sentry. I would say this is the one set that you could swap out, but this set is really cool. It's definitely a niche set. It's not for everything or everyone, but the thing with this set is I bought this gold jewelry back in the day for like 10,000 gold each. I had one ring for 10k, the other ring for 10k in the neck, so I got the whole set for 30,000, and I kind of took it and threw it in my vault, and it's been sitting there for like a year. But I've always wanted to use it, so I finally slapped it onto this build, and as you can see from the gameplay, it performs very well. This set gives you a line of max stam, a line of weapon and spell damage, a line of crit, and another line of weapon and spell damage. You're getting about 395 total weapon and spell damage out of this set. And then as far as the 5-piece, it's giving you like another form of stealth reveal for Nightblades and things like that. It says you can only be activated once every 30 seconds, but as you can see, once you activate it, it gives you this cool looking effect. And then after it ends, as you can see, we have a 19-second cooldown. So it's actually the 10 seconds it's up is a part of that 30-second cooldown. So you really only have a 20-second cooldown on that. So we got that, and then we have Evil Hunter on the back bar. We got a lot of forms of stealth detection for the annoying Nightblades that we fight sometimes. As far as my gear, I like to run heavy reinforced chest and heavy reinforced legs. And then my other traits are kind of all over the place. My helm is MPN, which I like. I'd probably swap this to well fitted. I would definitely swap this to well fitted. I would keep the MPN here, and then our boots are well fitted. Jewelry, we have the Warrior Poet necklace. I left that healthy because you want the extra health. And we have the weapon damage glyph on that. And then as far as the Sentry jewelry, we got the 2 rings infused with weapon damage. Let's go ahead and look at the skills. On the back bar, we have Poison Injection, another Execute. We have Evil Hunter, and I like putting Evil Hunter on my back bar when I'm running a bow, because with the bow and Evil Hunter, you can get 30% crit. So I like having that 30% crit on my back bar for my healing. And it also helps with our Dark Cloak heal, because the only way to increase this heal is by increasing your health, which is why we're stacking so heavily into health the way we are, because we want this to be as big of a heal as possible. But the thing with this is it can crit, so outside of having high health, the only way to make this go up is to make it crit, which is why we have the setup the way we do. So between Vigor and Dark Cloak, you got a lot of healing over time. We have Shade, and then our other kind of healing over time / burst is Soul Tether. This is also the reason I say it's a heal over time, is because after you activate it, it tethers you to the enemy and siphons 2,000 health from them every second for 8 seconds. So between Vigor, Dark Cloak, and Soul Tether, you got a lot of healing coming in. We got Soul Tether double slotted because of the siphoning passives that increases your max magic by 8% when you have a siphoning ability slotted. That's the reason we double slotted that. And we also get more healing from the Soul Siphoner passive for having it slotted as well, so you want that on both bars. And then as far as our front bar, like I said, we got Soul Tether again, we got Executioner, Surprise Attack, we have Rally, Mass Hysteria, and Relentless Focus. Mass Hysteria is a really good move. It's kind of like Fossilize and that one ability from the Fighters Guild, where these 3 abilities all break a person's block. So if they're really tanky and they want to hold block, this is one of the ways you can drop their guard. and so you can pretty much do your damage. And as far as Relentless Focus, this is a really good ability as well. Don't have to say much about it, but you always want to make sure you got your 5 light attacks activated, because that's 300 weapon and spell damage as long as that's up. So with that, I think I've covered everything. Obviously you want all your passives and everything. Like I said, I'm a red guard. You could definitely swap the race out for Imperial or something else. Imperial will probably be really good because it'll give you more health, which that's the whole point of the build, is building in the health and still having the damage and survivability to go with it. So I could definitely see you swapping that out for that. And like I said, you can also swap the Sentry set out, but for the most part, that's everything. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the build video, and hopefully you enjoyed the 12-0 gameplay at the end. And till the next time, shalom.
More fighting to be done.